Hi, I'm Dino Tripodis, and tonight on Whiskey Business, our first podcast in a long, long time, we go big. It's our annual Oscar podcast with George Wolf and Hope Madden. Tonight's episode, it writes itself. From one Oscar to another on Whiskey Business. Hi, I'm Dino Tripodis, and welcome back. I say that to everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Whiskey Business, the podcast not so much about whiskey as it is one with whiskey. This is the longest amount of time we have ever gone without a regular podcast, and not on purpose. John Whitney, we discussed this back at Christmas, broke his hip, is now almost fully recovered. And Chip, am I allowed to say what happened to you?
Yeah, sure, okay.
Chip over here had heart issues, and I'm calling them issues because they were all resolved, but and thankfully resolved in a timely fashion. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting there.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Thank you. Thank you.
got
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here on
very
Earth.
yeah, the 60-year-old, the other 60-year-old, and the 67-year-old to be in April sitting here in front of you with no problems whatsoever. So. And I live so much worse than either of you.
I know my brother John, who's way bigger than me, he said, he's older. He's my older brother. He goes, man, I haven't even had a heart attack yet. I go, I know, what's taking you so long?
It's not a race. It's not a race. But I'm thrilled that you're okay.
Thanks, man.
And Hansberry, thank God, he's only in his 40s. So, yeah.
Keep your fingers crossed.
I don't know if... I'm knocking
Knock
wood
on
like
wood.
crazy. I'm like, I don't want anything bad to happen. But we missed you guys last year.
Yes.
Our schedules could not sync up.
I know, and we were bummed.
We were bummed.
You know what? We tried.
I know.
You tried.
I know.
But you guys seem to get seriously more successful and more busy.
Well, we get
with each
busier.
passing year.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
And successful. You guys have had a lot of. You are two of the best movie critics. You're the ones that I follow.
Yeah.
You're the
Thank
ones
you.
that I listen to, and
Thank
you're the
you.
ones that literally thousands and thousands of people listen to.
Thousands and thousands?
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, I say thousands.
I'm kidding. I agree.
It should be more. You're right.
We don't like
Hundreds of
Millions and
thousands.
millions.
Hundreds of thousands of people. And I was just
Not like
talking-
us,
I
but
was-
tens of people
You
listen
know
to
what?
us.
It could be hundreds of thousands. Because I was just thinking locally. See, that's my problem. I gotta stop thinking local. I think global. Global. But you guys have other projects. You guys have your films. The Hope you had your book. And then I know that while we're speaking, you're both probably working on something else. You just won awards in Austin, Texas, for
we were a co-director, best co-directing duo. For
best directing duo.
Yeah, for our short film Druncula.
Druncula, which I love the title right out of the gate.
That's a great
I
title.
told you that
Yeah.
immediately. I said
Yeah.
I'm in just on the title.
Oh, yeah, it's perfect for this podcast.
Yeah. Druncula. So yeah,
It's in festival circuit now, but it will eventually be on our YouTube channel when it comes off the festival circuit. That'll be a little while.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's no dialogue in that one, right?
No,
It's a silent.
It's a silent movie.
It is. It's a silent film, and two of the great things about it. One is that we have this unbelievable score, like a silent movie score, done by a really great musician friend of ours, Nathan Andrew Leaflight, and then also an artist cartoonist friend of ours did all the title cards for it on bev naps, on cocktail napkins.
Oh, that's
it's
perfect.
the best.
That
It's
is
so
Michael
great.
Anthony
Yeah,
Carroll. It was
Michael
his
Anthony Carroll
idea.
Was his idea.
And it took about 5 seconds to sell us on it.
Yeah.
And then
The Bev Naps.
Yeah.
Bev Naps for Druncula.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I mean, that's
perfect.
beautiful.
perfect.
It's
It's
beautiful.
perfect.
And who plays Druncula?
Our son.
I know that.
Yeah. Donovan Wolf.
Donovan Wolfington.
And he's great.
Who was great in Obstacle
He
Course.
was great in
Yeah.
obstacle course.
He kind of stole it.
I didn't
Yeah,
even
he
know
did.
he was your son when I was
He
watching.
kinda-
I had no idea.
He kind of stole
Yeah.
Obstacle Course.
Yeah,
he
he
kind of
did.
did.
In
That was
my
that was the plan.
Yeah, that was the plan. Although it's funny when my family all saw it for the first time, my brother was like, "Damn, that boy kills a lot of people." I think they thought I was gonna write like a nice character for him. And I'm like, no.
Do they know you at all?
I know,
Exactly.
right?
I don't even like nice characters.
I don't know what a modern day version of the Addams Family would be, but I'm thinking it'd be you guys
Yeah.
and your family. But our guest bottle, first one in a long time. This is a Staley rye whiskey from Indian Creek Distillery, the oldest distillery in Ohio. And talk about one blatant plug to another blatant plug. I bring it up because it's featured in one of our upcoming episodes on a new series that I created and proud to be host of called From Bottle to Bar, which will be airing very, very soon. Everywhere you watch videos, our own YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever the case might be. But we're excited about From Bottle to Bar. So be listening and looking here in the month of March for that to be released with more details to come because we're going to cross-promote on Whiskey Business. But this whiskey, this one came from one of our episodes, Indian Creek Distillery. So be listening for that. All right.
What do you think, real quick, before we get into movies?
I've had this.
We'll never talk about it again once we start talking movies.
That's true. Rye whiskey is a very...
It's very flavorful.
It's very
funky.
flavorful. And rye whiskey is very... it divides people. You either love rye or you don't. You know, it's like it's hard to get people accustomed. You don't drink a lot of whiskey to begin with.
I do not. No,
So,
I don't.
and I don't think I've ever had a rye whiskey.
I don't think you have.
With you here, so
It's fine. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, it's fine. I think you usually get an Irish whiskey when we come. I think just
Something mild.
Something that might have been the case. That might have been the case. What do you don't have to like it if you don't
yeah.
like it.
No, it's I don't really like any of them, but it's
That's fair.
It's
definitely has a
smoky.
different-
It
It has a different
Yeah.
type of
I
taste.
like it. There's
yeah.
lots of flavors going on.
Yeah, it's the story behind that place is just amazing. I mean, it was the oldest distillery in Ohio, and they reopened it up back in 2000. I want to say 11, and used the original pot stills that they used back in.
wow.
I mean, they had to work them and fix them and patch them up, but they started cranking out whiskey from those original stills.
nice.
It's pretty amazing.
That's a great story.
It would make
And
a great movie.
We'll probably see that whole story on From Bottle to.
Not the whole story, but you'll see some of it. And a lot of some other fun stuff. But my bad segue. It would make a great movie because that's what we're here to talk about.
Yes.
The Oscars. Woo! All right. Before we dig into that, I want to know one quick question.
Mm-hmm.
You may have answered this before in previous podcasts. How much of an influence do you think the SAG, or I should say now, the Actor Award winners have on the Oscars themselves?
So here's it's not so much I think that the SAG Awards influence Oscar voters. It's that it's the same pool of voters.
Okay.
So so many people who are in the SAGs are also in the Academy. It's
Right.
the same with the Producers Guild, same with the Directors Guild, Writers Guild. The voting pool is very much the same group of people. And so that's why when somebody wins a SAG, you think to yourself, oh, there's a really good chance they're going to win the Oscar.
Okay. So it can be a good barometer.
Yes.
It can be. Not always.
No,
Not always,
But it
no.
can be. Especially
Yeah.
this year when certain races are so tight,
Yeah.
you're looking for any kind of push over to the
Yeah.
other side, which we just got the other night.
And do
Yeah.
you consider this to be one of the tightest Oscar races in
Yes.
recent memory?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah. For
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Because we have side bets on when we get to Best Picture. Side bets.
We bet on what you guys think is going to win, not what's really going to win.
Yeah. We no, they did. They bet.
Well-
And our answers are different.
We have a strategy as well, and we'll get to that.
All right. So, as you know, we don't do all 24 categories this year because they've added.
They had a cast.
They added
Yeah.
a best casting
Yes.
category.
Casting.
Yeah,
right.
we don't have time to get into all of those. We cover the things that are important to. I mean, every category is important, but for the sake of the podcast,
Yeah.
we cover the writing, we cover the acting, and then we cover the best picture.
I think we usually do director as well.
Yeah, and director as well. Yes, of course. Yeah, that's right before picture. But let's start off with the writing. I will confess again that I've tried to see. I think I saw more this year than I did in the year last time we did the podcast. Of course, last year I probably saw almost all of them, and we didn't do the goddamn podcast.
That's right.
So, but
That's
this
right.
year I did the best I could. Best adapted screenplay: Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams for best adapted screenplay.
Loaded.
Loaded.
Those
Loaded.
are all great movies. Those are
Great.
all great screenplays.
Great screenplays. I mean, I have such a spot this year for Train Dreams. I love that movie so much.
So did I. And
So much.
Joel Edgerton. It was just
It was beautiful.
Terrific.
Just a beautiful, soul-enriching film.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when I walked out of that theater. It's beautiful to look
I
at.
would have loved to watch it in the
Oh, it
theater.
was
I
just
saw
it's so
gorgeous.
I saw
Yeah,
it. Saw it
just
on,
gorgeous.
on
It's
Netflix.
And a note about the adapted screenplay specifically is that I hadn't before, but I read the novella after seeing the movie, and it is an incredibly well adapted screenplay because it's tough because it's an interior, like it's not a ton of dialogue, it's not a lot of action. It would be a hard thing to change anyway, but the way that I think the film develops the character in a much more rich way than the novella did. So I prefer, which never happens, the movie to the book.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I saw that it was based on a novella, and I've never read that particular one, but I thought he was terrific. And God, I felt so bad for him.
Oh.
I mean,
It's-
even when he, not to do spoilers, but even as he progressed through the decades, when he was in the 60s,
Yeah.
it just.
It's a wonderful, wonderful movie, and all of these screenplays are fantastic. But
Okay, so which one did you pick for best
It's
adapted
a
screenplay?
film.
one battle after another.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
I don't think the others have a shot.
You don't think that Frankenstein has a shot?
No,
I don't.
Although I do think it's a great adaptation.
I do too.
Frankenstein. That's Frankenstein has a. Yes, I think it's one of the best adaptations I've ever seen of a Frankenstein movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
agree with
love
that.
Frankenstein.
And I love.
Oh yeah, I loved it too.
I loved
yeah.
it, and I love the fact that it got a lot of love this award season. In fact, we love how much love the horror genre
Oh, yeah.
got this year.
Yeah, it was very
love
exciting
that.
in our
And
house.
Frankenstein was a big part of that. But yeah, one battle after another.
Honestly, I do agree with you. That's going to win the best
But I
adapted
did.
screenplay.
I mean,
and that's from Thomas Pynchon.
yeah,
Yeah,
originally,
okay.
yeah.
Who's just
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
that kind of writer.
Yeah.
Right,
Exactly.
one of those where it would be so daunting a task.
Yeah, well,
to try to.
He did
adapt.
Inherent Vice as
Yes.
well, right?
Yes.
Which for a lot of people that's their least favorite Paul Thomas
That's
Anderson
mine.
film.
It's mine.
I
Least
think
favorite.
it's great
not
also,
mine,
but
no.
yeah,
No,
he's
it's not my least favorite.
he would be tough to. I mean, but this
This
was
one.
a masterpiece of a
Exceptional.
movie.
It was.
So the ability to translate that to the screen the way Paul Thomas Anderson did is
Yeah,
remarkable.
Magnolia is my least favorite.
Really? Oh, okay.
Inherent
Love Magnolia.
Vice, I love Inherent Vice.
I love them both.
I'd have
That's
to
my all-time
watch
favorite
it again.
director.
Inherent Vice just didn't click with me, and maybe I need to watch it again. But
Yeah.
he's a great filmmaker. It's not like any of his films are bad. They're not.
No. All right, so we agree. Even though I love Frankenstein,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I loved because it was the best adaptation of Mary Shelley that I had ever seen on film.
Well, I remember the first time I saw the trailer and I saw the boat in the snow,
Right.
and I was just like, "Oh my God, it's actually the book!"
It's the book.
I've never seen one that did the book before,
And
I love all the versions. I love the Boris Karloff, James Whale.
Sure.
I love them, but to actually watch Mary Shelley's novel on the screen was incredible.
To open up like that, and
yeah.
I told my college roommate from he goes, should I watch Frankenstein? It looks he looks kind of artsy, and then I go, it's a little artsy, but I think you're gonna dig it. I said it actually goes to the Arctic and follows the book. He goes, they go to the Arctic and Frankenstein.
There
I'm
you
like,
go.
you know what?
There you
Never
go.
mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Just watch the goddamn movie.
And
Yeah,
it looks fantastic on screen. I
Yes.
mean, the cinematography, the set design, the production design is unreal.
Yeah.
It's Del Toro, as always, having his heart on his sleeve for these characters. It's wonderful.
But people were mad that the monster talked, and I thought, "You're dead to me. You're dead to me. If
Dead.
You are mad that the monster talks, and I can't even talk to you."
Yeah.
Which we'll get to the monster because he's nominated.
Yeah.
He is.
So we'll get to him in just a second. Best original screenplay: Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, Sinners.
Again,
Sinners.
These are tremendous. Sinners is the one, and we're actually very fortunate that Sinners is original and One Battle is adapted. Then they can both win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
'Cause,
both
yeah.
are going to win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sinners, that screenplay.
Oh my lord!
I mean, it's so.
That movie.
There is such richness there. Like everything matters, but it's not in any kind of sort of a dogmatic way. It's like you're fascinated by every detail, but every detail matters. Everything means something, and it's
everything-
It's like music, which of course it should be
Yeah.
because of what it's about. But oh god, that
The
screenplay
stories
is
and
glorious.
the influences are layered, tied together. It's a screenplay. It's a movie that will, I think, be studied for decades to come.
Really?
And-
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, and I think Kugler's all of his screenplays have been great. But one of the things I love about this one is that it's the only one that's entirely original, right? So he did Creed, and he the Black Panthers, and even Fruitvale Station was based on true story. So
story,
this is
right.
the first one that sprang wholesale from his imagination. I'm just like, damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like dialogue-heavy movies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying this was my pick, but I have to throw some props to Blue Moon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 And I like this. I like the subject matter. You know, the fact that it takes place one night at Sardi's restaurant
Yep.
and deals with, Lorenzo, who broke up with his relationship with Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
And Rogers went on, and just and it's dialogue heavy.
Oh, it really is.
And Ethan Hawke is incredible.
He's
Yes.
great.
He is.
Yeah.
So I have an appreciation for that. But if I was going to pick overall the original screenplay, I too would go with Sinners. Though we'll get to Marty Supreme later here. But
They're
yes,
all great.
They are all
they're all
great.
great. They're really good. It's a
Sentimental
tough
Value is
category.
really good.
It's
Sentimental
really so good.
Which brings us to Best Supporting Actress.
Ah, yeah.
Because you've got two ladies from Sentimental Value, Elle Fanning, and help me with Inga's name, Inga Ibs daughter, Lilias
That's as good as you're gonna get from.
from Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan
Yeah.
from Weapons, Wunmi Musako from Sinners,
Yeah.
and Tiana Taylor from One Battle.
Yeah.
Who
I
do you-
mean, that's stacked.
So
Those-
stacked.
My God, those performances are great. I mean, they're just great. Those performances are just great.
And here's a case where before the other night at the actor.
This is why I asked that question.
Yes. Before the other night, we were leaning for Wunmi because she had won a couple of other previous awards. I think BAFTA she won.
she did win the BAFTA.
But when Amy Madigan,
Took
so
the SAG.
she's got the SAG, and she also has a Lifetime Achievement Award kind of a
Yeah,
thing going on.
yeah.
Not that she doesn't deserve it. It's a fantastic performance.
Oh my God,
Everybody loves
iconic.
it. Everybody loves her.
Yeah.
It took me when I first saw it, and I was asking you guys so many questions. Remember
Yeah.
when I was texting
Yeah.
you guys, going like,
Yeah.
"Is it biblical? Is it this?"
Yeah, yeah.
So-
but she was. I didn't know it was her.
Yeah.
We have said the same thing.
Yep.
And we saw it separately the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And, I kept thinking to myself, I know that voice. I know that voice. And then eventually I'm like, oh my God, that's Amy Madigan. Yeah, she's so great in that character. And to have an actor of that caliber play such a weird character, I think elevated the entire movie.
Yeah.
She was, I mean, Wunmi Masako was also great because that's such an ensemble in Sinners. And here's the thing I love about that character. In so many horror films, you'll have 5 people, one of them realizes what's going on. And it's something that, no, that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? They're like, here's what it is, it's vampires. And everybody else says, no, it's not. And that furthers the plot. They don't believe this person, and therefore they die. She has such a presence that as soon as she said it, all of us, audience, everybody were like, oh yeah, that's what it is.
That's it.
Like she knows, listen to her, she's so wonderful in that movie.
It also, through the writing and the performance and the direction, she's able to take a character that is very often a cliche. Ooh, the black magic woman.
That's right.
And
Mm-hmm.
grounds
Sort of
the
priestess.
voodoo priestess. Yeah. How often have we seen that?
God, she's wonderful.
And so we really thought that that the momentum was leading her way.
Yeah.
But now I've got to change because after the SAGs, I think the fact that Wunmi is young, she's got to have many more years. And this you might have that sentimental kind of voting with Amy Madigan and the Lifetime Achievement and the fact that everybody loves her in the character.
You know that's my pick.
What's that?
You know that's my pick.
Yeah.
I've texted all of you guys about her.
About who?
About Aunt
Gladys.
Aunt
Aunt
Gladys.
Gladys,
Oh, yeah.
And those bangs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the front runners, Tiana Taylor, becomes a lesser factor.
Yeah, I think now, as the award season has gone on, as great as she is, and as
She
much
was
as she
so good.
burns a hole
She
through the
does.
screen in that movie,
She does.
yeah.
I mean, she's so impressive because that cast, just think about that cast. That cast is just jaw dropping. But anytime she's on the screen, you're like, this is the only person I'm paying
No,
attention
it's
to.
the only person.
You're like, she just commands attention. She's so exceptional in
It
that
was
movie.
it was tough. I did not pick Amy Madigan, and I still don't. I love her in that, but it's a toss up between Masako and Taylor, and I'm going with Taylor.
All right.
I'm still sticking with my guns with Taylor.
do it.
I just want to point out because for a lot of people, Wunmi Masako is a new sort of face, and
Right.
she's not. And if you have Netflix, she's in this masterful horror film called His House. It is so good, so you should watch it.
Wait, last thing about Aunt Gladys. Are they doing a prequel?
They have been talking.
Everybody
about
wants
it.
one.
Yeah, and Amy Madigan is all on board. She loves this character. So.
And if she wins, I know she's already done it. But did you see how she ran down the aisle to get the award?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
That
she
was
did.
great.
She did.
That's hilarious.
She did the
God, it
walk.
was so
She did
great.
the
She
run.
did the
Oh
run.
yeah.
She did the
my
run.
I've seen you guys do the run too.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm telling you, I'm a fan.
Is that
I
a
watch,
take-
I watch
is
your
that a
video.
take-
We were
TikTok
going into
challenge
Spirit
now?
Halloween.
That's
Yeah.
right. We were so happy it was open that we did the
Okay.
weapons run.
This one. All right, so we went with Masako for you guys.
Amy Madigan.
Amy Madigan.
Oh, you went with Amy
We
Madigan.
changed.
Okay,
We
okay.
changed.
All
That's
right,
the-
all right.
after the
I had a
SAGs.
After the
toss. I had a
SAGs.
choice between
Yeah.
the two. Okay, interesting. We'll see what happens. Best supporting actor. Woo!
Yeah.
Talk about a toughie.
I think this is the tightest race.
This is, and I'm wondering if two of the guys cancel each other out. I don't know. We have Benicio del Toro from One Battle, Jacob Elordi as the monster in Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo, who I was so thrilled to see get his props
Same.
for just the body of work, let
yeah.
alone how great he was in Sinners. Fucking Sean Penn,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and Stellan Skarsgård from Sentimental Value is just what a great performance.
Yeah.
Late in his career to nail this.
They're
one.
all phenomenal.
Yeah, they really are. And Stellan Skarsgård's another one who he's just been in hundreds of movies. He's always great. He's been in bad movies. He's better than the film. He's been in great movies. He elevates everything. He's always wonderful. Yeah, Sean Penn is a hoot in one battle
Battle.
after another. He's hilarious.
And so is Del Toro.
Oh, Del Toro is the best.
I mean-
oh my God, he's hysterical in that movie. I love them both. And Jacob Elordi, I thought, yeah, he was really wonderful. A really wild, interesting version of the creature. He's so limmy, you know. He's just this, but
Who talks?
Yeah,
He's ready talks.
But
Don't go there.
We were so overjoyed that Delroy Lindo got nominated. He should have at least one Oscar already because his performance in Defy of Bloods was easily the best performance anybody had in that entire year. So anyway, that's where I am. That's
Yeah.
where my heart is. And even though he didn't win a SAG, he wasn't even nominated for a SAG.
Which was really strange.
It was really strange.
I think I'm the same way. I think we're going to stick to our guns in this category of Delroy, like you did in the last one, because Elordi's too young. He's not going to win. I think
Because he has so much more to
Yeah.
offer down the road.
Del Toro and Penn, they both already won, and they and cancel each other out, like you said, for the same movie. Skarsgård, yeah, he could get that
He could.
lifetime achievement award, but
He could.
I just have a feeling Delroy is gonna
And-
win.
And if you just look at the number, Skarsgård he wasn't eligible for the SAG because he's not an American-born actor. So that sort of is not, by the numbers, that's not in the mix, right?
We got the Globe. Got the Golden Globe. I don't know how
that's-
much.
there's
How
no-
much?
there's no overlap in
I don't know
that
how
a
much
little bit.
impact you put on the Golden Globes anymore. But
Yeah.
Wait, what movie?
Sentimental Value.
Sentimental
Oh,
Value.
okay.
Estranged father, two daughters,
Right,
the
right,
mother
right.
dies.
Okay.
Two great performances there too
Yes.
by
Oh.
Elle
Yeah.
Fanning and
Yeah.
the other lady whose name, forgive me,
Ingrid.
I
Right.
didn't pronounce properly.
But I do think that Sean Penn, I don't think that you can discount the fact that he won the SAG because, like we said, there's so much overlap in that voting pool. But I still think it's going to be Delroy Lindo. Like, I don't think I'm going with my heart. I believe it's going to be
I
Delroy
agree.
Lindo.
I
But
agree.
that is where my heart is.
Me too.
Okay.
It's a little bit of both.
And I am hoping that they don't cancel each other out. And Sean Penn is he was, you said a hoot.
Yeah.
But also, man, just
Scary.
frightening.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Frightening.
Is there any truth to the TikTok that I saw where one battle after another mirrors Terminator 2? And therefore, Sean Penn's character would be the bad guy Terminator,
The
T-1000.
T-1000. Have you heard that?
I have not heard that.
And-
Interesting.
How are people connecting that?
I guess Paul Thomas Anderson, he made it, right? Or
Yeah.
who made it? Is a big Terminator 2 fan, and he's been on the record about this. Okay,
All right.
so if you Sean Penn is the T-1000. Terminator is Benicio del Toro. Leonardo DiCaprio is
John Connor.
Is John Connor? No. Is the mom
Sarah Connor?
Sarah Connor?
Oh, okay.
And then the kid is the
Infinity
kid.
Chase is John Connor.
I don't know. I just
Jason
saw
Fitty.
that again
Jason Fitty, I'm sorry.
on TikTok, and I didn't know if that was just some wild guy
That's
with
way-
some,
that's-
or
that's
if that
wild.
was
That's
like
too
a
complicated for
little
me.
like all the cool inside film critics
Yeah, that's
knew
a-
about that.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
new
new
one.
to me.
But
Yeah.
it kind of, I mean, you can make this case for really anything when you
Sure, because there's story beats that
Oh,
occur
yeah.
in
Yeah.
telling a story.
yeah.
You know?
But I thought it was kind of fun. I thought you guys.
But I mean, I guess the Sean Penn, his character's a single-minded
Yeah.
mission.
Yeah.
He keeps going until he takes that long walk to his new office.
Yes, love that office.
anyway, food for thought.
That's a funny idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some of those names right.
That's way too complicated for me, and it takes away from all the love and pleasure I had. For the film to
Watch
think
it
of.
again, you're gonna be like punching.
It's already derived from a whacked out writer to begin with, let alone. Oh, we get to best actress category now. Another tough category, but
It
not
is.
really. What are your thoughts in respects to films where because this is one of those categories where you get a great performance and the movie is just okay, but the performance in said movie is literally
Do you mean Hamlet? Because I'm going to smack you right now.
no,
Well, that's
no,
good. Okay.
no. I love Hamlet.
Good.
I loved Hamlet, and I think that she's probably a shoe-in
Yeah.
for the award when we go
Yeah.
down this list. But let's go down the list and I'll tell you which
All right.
one I was talking
Okay.
about in respects to that and how that works, how that happens.
Oh, I know which one.
Okay.
I bet.
I bet you do. Emma Stone and Begonia. Help me again with the name
Renata Rensve.
Renvey from Sentimental Value. Again, amazing. Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue. Ruse Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Also,
Yeah, fantastic.
She's come a long way since Bridesmaids or whatever that
pretty
movie
good.
She
do
was.
anything.
killed it in Bridesmaids.
she was awesome in
She's
Bridesmaids.
so,
So
funny.
good.
She can do comedy. She can
can
do
do
heavy
all of it.
drama
Yeah,
like
she
like
can do
this.
anything.
I believe her.
Yeah.
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 I believe her in whatever she's
Yeah,
doing.
she's great. And is she still married to what's his face? Because he's
Bobby
awesome.
Cannavale?
He's
Yeah, they're-
awesome too.
they're still together.
I love
I don't
him.
think I knew that. I do love him.
Yeah.
I believe they are. I
Yeah.
don't know if they're married or just together. Well, either way, they're still
I
together.
like that. I like
Yeah.
that couple.
Yeah.
And of course, Jesse Buckley from
Yeah.
Hamlet.
Yeah.
That seems to be the lock in
Yeah.
that category.
I think it's probably the biggest lock of the night.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
She was just tremendous, as all these performances were. I mean, I've been saying for years, Renata Rensve is going to win an Oscar one of these
Yes, she
days.
is.
She's been in a lot of Norwegian films. She is Norwegian. I would recommend people see a movie called The Worst Person in the World.
Yes.
She was nominated for that a couple of years ago.
the same director. as Sentimental
I vaguely remember this conversation.
Yeah. She's going to win. She's
Yeah.
tremendous.
Yeah.
Not this year.
No.
Jessie Buckley.
Do you think anybody was left out
Hamlet.
of this category? You think there's anybody in this category that shouldn't be in it that somebody else should have gone in there?
Wow.
Which brings me to why you're thinking about that. This is my question. It was Kate Hudson, who was
right.
great in Song Sung Blue.
She was.
The movie overall, I don't get me wrong, I loved it. I love Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
I like Hugh Jackman.
You cried, didn't you?
I did. I teared up a little bit. I teared up a little bit.
I thought the movie was really good, and I went in with low expectations. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I thought this was gonna be a cheese ball, just corn
And
ball.
it was, but in the best way.
in the
In the
best
best
way.
way.
In the best way, and she was tremendous. And when I didn't honestly expect her to get a nomination, but when she did, I was like, yes, she deserves. And there's another performance, and because we're talking about people that were left out, this would not be a lead performance, but in much the same way that Kate Hudson was great, a movie called Roof Man this year, Kirsten
yeah.
Dunst
Yeah.
was fantastic in that movie.
Yeah.
It would have been a supporting role, but I think in the same way that that Kirsten Dunst embodied that humanity and a type of an area of the country,
Yeah.
the way they speak, the way they act. Kate Hudson just freaking nailed
she
that.
did.
And she was the soul of this movie because her character is the one that the accident happens to.
Right.
Even though she's not the one impersonating Neil Diamond or
No.
tributing Neil Diamond. I'm sorry. She is the soul of the movie, and I think she deserves it every second of it. Yeah.
Okay, so but but we're still going with
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jessie
It's-
Buckley.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
There's just it's
Yeah. Well, she's somebody who, like Rensve, it's inevitable that Jessie Buckley is going to win an Oscar at some point. I've seen her in so many things. She's wonderful in every single thing. We just saw her in The Bride. She's amazing in The Bride.
She's in The Bride as well?
She's
She
the
is the
bride.
bride.
Oh, she is the
Oh,
bride.
she is the bride.
Oh, she is the bride.
Yeah, she's incredible.
So we might see her back here again next
Yeah,
year.
we might.
Is that playing in theaters right
This
now?
weekend.
This
weekend.
coming
Okay.
Friday. It
Yeah,
opens
so
this
Oh,
Friday.
but you guys got a
recording this
preview
on last
trailer.
night.
They see
Look of
everything
it.
before anybody else.
They're hip.
Sometimes I think they see the movie before the director does.
But
I want to see
Hamnet,
that.
was such a beautiful.
I loved
film.
Hamnet.
Yeah,
I loved it.
It'll just that third act just wrecked me.
I bawled. I can't
Crazy.
remember having ever cried as hard in any movie ever as Hamnet. And then
Yeah, when
after
Shakespeare
I
himself,
saw,
when
oh, yeah.
Shakespeare himself is on stage giving the and his wife is there.
And
for me, it's when she looks up, and of course, the actor who plays Hamlet in the stage play, the actor is the older brother of the actor who plays Hamnet, the child. So when she looks
wow,
up at
okay.
him, and
Yes.
he looks like her son, and you can see in her face, I was wrecked from that second on. I
Yeah.
was weeping.
And the transformation in the character when she makes her way in the audience and she's making her way closer and closer to the stage, and her face just totally changes when she realizes what's going on. Not a word of dialogue.
No.
Yeah.
That's
And-
the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When an actor can do that and show you,
Oh god.
Oh.
rather than have to tell you or
And-
say it. Not
Yeah.
that there haven't been great pieces of dialogue where
No, but that's a different kind of acting.
That's a different
and
kind of acting.
and Rensvay is good at that too.
She is
Very
good at that too. She is.
But Jessie Buckley just wrecks you.
She
just
does.
wrecks you without a word of dialogue.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah,
masterful.
I totally, when I went into this movie, I was expecting a remake of Shakespeare in Love. That's
Two different movies entirely.
You did not
my
get
God.
that.
No, not at all.
No, but yeah, she wins
Yeah.
for Hamnet. But it's a song sung blue. It's funny. I watched Kate Hudson in that, and I watched it on Netflix. I think it was on Netflix. Yeah, and then right after that, since it was in queue, it was interesting because How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days was right afterwards with Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey, and to see Kate Hudson today,
Oh,
Kate
yeah.
Hudson from 20-some
Yeah.
years ago.
And all full disclosure, and this is bad on me, when I sat down to watch that movie, I had only just barely kind of looked at the trailers. I thought it was a Neil Diamond biography. I really did, because I didn't pay enough attention to the trailer, and I had just seen it, and the one piece of dialogue was, "You're my crackling
Annie."
road," and I
Sorry,
thought,
sorry,
"Oh
crackling
my
Rose,
God, this is going to blow."
And then
yeah.
it's like such a great line.
Yeah.
because
And
who
it's
they actually
totally
are. Yeah.
just. And I think that was even better that I didn't pay attention. I got totally different from what I was expecting, and I liked it even more.
It's making me want to watch the documentary it's based
Yes.
on YouTube.
Yes.
So I'm probably going to go back
Same.
and watch that documentary.
No
All right.
way. I didn't know it was based on a documentary.
Oh
No,
yeah,
It
I
is,
gotta
It's
see
yeah.
Sunday
that.
about
Yeah, the
about
real-
a Neil
Based on a
Diamond
Neil
tribute
Diamond.
band in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here's another tough category. They're getting tougher as well they should. I agree with you guys that the best actress is probably one of the few locks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it the best actor, and one of them, I'm sorry, I did not see. You guys see everything, and I hear he's absolutely wonderful in it. But Wagner Moura in Secret Agent,
He's great.
I heard he's terrific. I did not see it.
Another dual role.
a dual role.
Because it's got two timelines in the movie, so he's playing two different people.
Oh,
And it's a great movie. It's a great movie, and he's terrific in it.
yeah, it's the former
In
professor.
fact, you would like it because it's a very 70s
yeah
thriller aesthetic. It nails
It looks like it. What
does.
I've seen, and I love.
I mean,
my
that's
70s movies.
That's the main timeline. The other timeline is like present day as they're going back and studying this case. But the main timeline is 70s thriller, and it nails it aesthetically. It nails the vibe, and you would do well
All
to
right,
check it out.
I got to check it out.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan, Sinners. Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon.
Mm-hmm.
He was
great.
He was terrific.
He was.
Leonardo DiCaprio in One Battle. And poor Timothy Chalamet. What's this kid got to do
I know.
to get an Oscar? And Marty Supreme.
He's
Yeah.
just so young.
Yeah.
People are going, well, he'll be here next year.
That's
so-
what they keep saying.
I know.
Yeah.
But how many great performances does he have to put out
know.
there?
He still
and this
looks
is
like a kid.
He
And
does.
Marty Supreme is one of those movies where the performance from Timothy Chalamet is above the movie overall, in my opinion.
It's
In my opinion.
I can see I can see that. I thought the movie was really, really good. But it's another one of those, the Safdies.
Yeah.
They want to fray your nerves
Yeah.
because it's one of those, just like Uncut Gems in a different way. It's nonstop anxiety.
It is.
From that opening scene. It's nonstop anxiety.
Yeah, you almost get a heart attack.
Yeah, Uncut Gems. As much as I liked it, was one of the most difficult movies I had to watch in the last decade.
Yeah.
I was like,
And this
Yeah.
one,
I had a headache from clenching my teeth by the time it
Right.
was over. I did.
I never pause. I never pause when I'm watching a movie.
Oh,
at
yeah.
home.
Oh no.
I gotta pause.
and then
You can have a
you know,
cigarette outside.
yeah,
that surprise ending at the end.
Yeah.
Gems. You're like, what? But in this, he's such an unlikable character too, because he's just a user. He just everyone that comes into his orbit is, how can I use you for my means? And then at the end he does have an arc. He's trying to find something that he can value more than
that's
himself.
interesting. You use the word arc because it was kind of
Yeah, and then
yeah.
And it's another fantastic ensemble.
Yeah.
And piece of direction.
And Safdie did the Smashing Machine as
Yeah,
as well.
there's two brothers,
Yeah.
and each one did one this year.
Each one
so
did
they
each-
didn't work together
they
on
did-
these
okay,
two.
Right.
so-
And that Smash, did that get any nominations? I think for makeup or
I
something,
think
right?
it might have one. for
Because The
makeup.
Rock
Yeah,
was
makeup.
like,
I liked it. And I thought The Rock was great. I thought Emily Blunt was
Yeah,
great.
she's always great.
I thought it was a good movie.
yeah,
I do.
I remember early on, they were like, The Rock's gonna win an Oscar for this.
He's not.
No, he's not.
What was it about his performance that was not like Oscar?
Oh, no,
seeping
I
into-
was just-
This is great. But
Okay.
You
Yeah.
got all these
There's
other.
thousands
If you're looking
of
at it,
those.
I didn't see that movie.
I
so-
thought he was fantastic, but there was just
Like-
too many above him.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
No, I thought
That
it was
makes sense.
his best performance.
Dwayne
It really
Johnson.
was.
He had
It's
some
hard-
of the he
yeah.
had some of the things that Oscar fans jokingly say. He had the heavy makeup. He had the transformation. He went.
He did.
Everybody said when they go through the big makeup thing and transform.
Yeah, then Jacob Elordi was like,
No,
"Hello."
hi. I was just a sexy monster.
Yeah.
Hello.
And he was lucky to have Emily Blunt alongside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
alongside him.
She's so great.
Yeah,
She is awesome in everything.
she is.
Obviously, Timothy Chalamet, we've been talking about, and he's nominated. Leo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke. Or who are you picking for Best Actor?
This is really tough because, again, up until the other night, we thought we had it. Although early on, I thought Ethan Hawke was the runaway favorite.
Yeah,
I think he was.
Which is funny to think because I don't know how many people saw Blue Moon, but when the day the Oscar nominations came out, Vegas had him out front. They were like 2-1. It was, and I thought, really?
And for what it's worth, our local group, the Columbus Film Critics, he won.
Yeah, he did.
Best actor.
Best actor for but I think I think Michael B. Jordan's going to win it.
I do too.
And,
Because he's playing twins.
Yep.
well,
he's twice the amount of work.
He does.
I'm-
he does
I'm
carve
saying
out
that
two
because
remarkable characters.
He does.
Yeah,
He does carve out two
yeah.
remarkable
And really
characters.
3 if you want to get technical
Yeah.
at the end there. But
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
if
true.
you wanna,
That's
you know.
true.
Spoiler
For those-
alert, or
Well, for people that get up and leave in the middle of credits,
Yeah.
you don't know what we're talking about.
exactly.
And you
you-
miss Buddy Guy.
You
so
miss-
sit down.
I know, right?
and some Cosby sweaters too.
Yes. you noticed that too?
Yeah.
Oh my
But-
god.
No, I think Michael B. Jordan's going to win, and I think it's great because he is so good in this movie. Everybody is playing, for the most part, twins and carving out two distinct personalities with, of course, the help of tremendous direction and writing. I think he's going to win based on the SAGs. I probably wouldn't have said this, although I would have still said he deserved it. But now that he won the SAG, I think, he's going to win.
Yeah.
If I had the two lists going where, like, who do I think is going to win, I would pick him based on what you guys are saying. Who do I want to win? It's Ethan Hawke, man. I'm telling you, it was just. Did you ever see a movie? I'm going way back. My Dinner with Andre.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You remember that movie?
Yeah.
Two guys sitting at dinner,
Yep.
talking about life and philosophy and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
Wallace Shawn was one.
Wallace
of the,
Shawn.
and Andre. I can't remember who it was. I was still a young man when that movie came out, and I just remember being just fascinated,
Yeah.
and riveted on
Yeah.
something so simple.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it was just he's not going to win, but he might, And after I saw Leo DiCaprio too, Leo had one of the most fun roles I've ever seen him
fun.
in recent memory.
He was great.
I love goofy DiCaprio. I love he had so many years of like this tormented, and then he came out with Django Unchained, and he was just this vainglorious moron. I'm like, who's this guy? I love this guy. I love when he does. He's got a lot of comedy in The Wolf of Wall Street, and I loved how comedic he was.
He's great.
Yeah.
That little shuffle down when he's trying to hide from the.
He's just such a dumbass. I just love that.
Yeah, and that the scene in that movie that cracked me up the most.
Oh yeah, when he couldn't remember.
Couldn't remember the
password.
password, and then at the end when the guy he's told to give it to him anyway. I'm rolling.
Yeah.
I'm just rolling.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
great.
hilarious, and DiCaprio,
It's
of course,
so realistic.
Yeah.
sold
I mean,
it.
there is great humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so much great humor.
yeah.
in battle.
In
So
fact,
much-
I don't know if anybody remembers when that movie, when they just started the marketing, the very first trailers that came out framed that movie as a madcap screwball comedy.
Right.
And then about 2 weeks into it, I don't know if they got focus group back or what, they totally changed the marketing
Yes, they did.
completely. And even though it's still funny, I thought, what happened to that madcap comedy
Yeah.
I saw last week,
You're right.
It's a
They did market it.
mad
Yeah.
world.
Mad world. Yeah, exactly.
I think it's because the movie is really all those things. I mean, it's a gritty period thriller that has you on the edge of your seat. It has the greatest car chase sequence
Can we talk
since
about that
Bullet.
for a second?
Let's.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that. 'Cause
Yeah.
We just had this discussion the other day with two people that you know and love, Ralph Scott and John Osborne.
Oh, yes.
We were talking about best car chases scenes ever, and we brought up this particular one.
Yep.
I don't know where they found
I know.
those roads, and I'm still kicking myself for not being able to have watched that scene on a big screen.
Oh, it was glorious.
It was.
It was. I mean, you held your breath.
It
did.
did. It did. And it's
It was good.
it is the one of the best car chases
Yeah.
for cars that are literally miles ahead of each other.
Right.
Yeah,
Going
and
straight
they-
behind each
Pretty
other.
much on a straight line. I
Yeah.
mean, if you think about the ones that always come to mind are Bullet and
Yeah.
French Connection.
Sure.
Yeah.
For good reason. But this is a totally different type
Yeah.
of car chase. Totally.
And one of the things that I loved so much is that what it did at its end, at its climax, was to establish a character. All of a sudden you're like, damn, that was smart.
Right.
Good for you, man. Yeah, it was, suddenly you knew who the hero of the film was. I mean, it was just, it was everything.
Also, the fact that he never loses the robe throughout the whole movie. He starts in that robe, and that robe never comes off. I'm thinking, there's got to
Yeah.
been there has to have
Little
been a few,
Lebowski going on there.
there has to have been a few times over the course where he found the robe in the way or uncomfortable or whatever or hindering, but he never takes off that goddamn robe. It's on him the whole time. I love that
Yeah.
too. Just
Yeah.
little subtle
Does
things.
he jump out of the car window with it? Does he
Yeah.
have it at
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
scene?
Yeah.
too?
He doesn't lose a robe.
Yeah.
Great.
He doesn't lose a robe.
Yeah.
Like this,
Indiana Jones hat. I just
That's
can't.
right.
I can't be without it.
That's right. I do want to, Michael B. Jordan, because I am a twin, and my sister and I are always very critical of performances of twins, because and a lot of times it's the writing. A lot of times they're just sort of represented as like these one-dimensional, either opposites of each other or the exact same person, which of course is not the case. But they're also not the same as just like regular siblings, because you share all of the same experiences because you're the same age, you grew up in the same place. And I really thought that Michael B. Jordan's performances were amazing. That they were this sort of sweetly codependent relationship between the two brothers, and just how dear they were to each other, while also sort of being the thorn in each other's sides. It was incredibly well performed.
Yeah.
So I'm thrilled that I think he's
Ditto.
going to win. Yeah.
Yeah, and I that would be where my heart was as well. But up until the other night, I probably wouldn't have said I thought he was going to win, but now I do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Directors. Ooh.
This is the
Yes,
tough-
this.
Yeah.
It is and it isn't. It is, but it isn't. We just talked about him. Ryan Coogler, Sinners. Joaquin Trier from Sentimental Value. Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another. Josh Sadfi, Marty Supreme. And this is when it gets tough. Chloe Zhao for Hamnet. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
All incredible.
an incredible movie. a great movie, a beautiful movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying which is which right now, but who are you picking for best director?
This is so tough.
And I'm very curious about your answer, especially.
I think it comes down to who we would give it to and who we think is going to win.
You can give me both.
Because
You can give me both.
it's razor thin
Yeah.
between Coogler and Paul Thomas Anderson.
It really is.
I'm telling you,
Really?
razor
Oh,
thin.
yeah.
As beautiful a movie as Hamnet was, you don't think Chloe's got a shot?
No.
No, because she just won.
Yeah.
I know.
For Nomadland.
I understand that.
So I think that's
Oh.
it's
Didn't
probably
realize
going to
that.
take her
Didn't
down
put
a
that
notch.
together.
Yeah.
Um,
I also
and-
think.
she's great. Such a great director.
oh,
Yo,
she's
she is such a
fantastic.
great.
She's
But
amazing.
so for me, Paul Thomas Anderson, he's never won one. He's been nominated like 6 times. He's never won.
Yeah.
For best director, that's insane. First of all.
Well,
and-
doesn't traditionally the director? It's like if you win best director, then the movie doesn't win best movie.
No,
No.
Do they normally
There's-
split
that's
that,
That's
or-
a lifelong argument for me, which we'll get to here
Yeah.
when we get to best picture.
Okay.
But I want to bring your point back up and let you emphasize that a little bit more because
I think that could happen here, though.
Yeah.
A split.
I think we're looking
Because
at another
those-
split.
That could possibly be what happens because these movies throughout the entire award season have just gone back and forth and back and forth. They're so razor thin
Yeah.
about which one is quote unquote better than the other. It's so hard to quantify.
I mean, I think in a lot of ways, when you think, what does the director even do? It's easier, I think, in one battle after another to go, oh, the director made that choice. Like that was, I think that what Coogler did is easier to overlook, but you shouldn't. I mean, every thing in that movie, every choice is perfect. Like, like every color in every scene, every bottle on Annie's walls, every song placement, and the way that they shot the dance, the big number where all of the ancestors from past and future are woven in.
Good Lord.
There's no
Did
reason.
you like that scene?
There's
I
no
loved it.
reason that scene should have worked. That scene should never have worked, and
I
it
didn't
was
think
the
it did.
centerpiece of the movie. Oh, I thought it was
Really?
magnificent.
Yeah.
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 I did.
Go
that,
at
that,
it.
That scene.
Fight,
that,
fight.
Took
that-
you out of it?
Fight.
Huh?
It took you out?
It took me out of where the film started, and I kept thinking, was there a different way to do that? I didn't. I admired the generations and showed, but it took me out of it.
Yeah.
It took me out of the moment in the time period for a little bit. Like, okay, maybe I'm not watching what I'm supposed to be watching.
I love
And
it.
I'm
I
sure
love
that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I loved the surreal nature. It called back to what Andy says in the opening about, you can punch a hole, and talk to your ancestors and see your ancestors. But then that means that something you don't want to see can see you, right? So she predicted this particular scene. And then it takes on kind of a surreal quality when the whole thing is on fire, when it's not really on fire. And then you see, we're introduced we know Remick is outside, which is terrifying. And to me, I thought it was really the centerpiece of the movie. And I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah, because music plays such an important part of this entire movie.
Yeah.
And to bring those threads together of heritage and music, past, present, and future. I loved it too.
Yeah.
Loved it too. And then that look at, like you just said, that look at Remick outside. Like,
When you're watching it and like it's such a celebration and it's just beautiful and it's just awe-inspiring, and then you see him, you're like, oh no, oh God, it's like all of a sudden your heart goes cold.
Yeah.
I thought it was an incredible, and I can't imagine what it took to direct that scene. I can't even begin to imagine what it took to direct that scene.
Let me clarify. It's a great scene. If I could take that scene and just stand it alone as a piece of art, it's a great scene. But what I was engaged in the movie at that particular point, it just kind of took me out for a second. I got back in,
yeah.
but I'm like, what the? I mean, I get the message, but okay, let's go. Let's go.
That being said, I
A little
think
heavy-handed.
PTA is going to win.
That's my choice.
Again, I think the push over the cliff is that he won the Directors Guild Award, and
Yeah.
again, there's a lot of crossover in the boat. So.
Yeah. From One Battle to Another is what, 2 hours and 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I almost started watching it again immediately after I watched it the first time because that was like the fastest 2 hours and
Yeah.
45 minutes
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
That's
recently
fair.
experienced
Yes.
in film.
Yes.
As opposed to Sinners, which is also 2 hours in what, 20?
About 20 to
20 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Dragged a little.
I've seen it 4 times.
Dragged
Once
a
it's
little.
70 millimeter.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
I bet you that,
was
I bet you that,
Glorious.
was-
Gateway Film Center had it in 70 millimeter.
I
Oh
bet
my
you that
God.
was glorious.
Glorious.
There was nothing better than watching movies in the theater. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
All right, so we both agree Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle
Yep.
after another.
Yep.
And does Coogler continue to surpass himself? Does it
Dude,
work?
he's batting 1,000.
Yeah.
Right? He's
Oh.
never
Yeah.
made a movie that wasn't
that
great.
wasn't great.
Yeah.
in the winter.
Yep.
Yep, I
So
like
he's-
him.
That's another one too. Because
I like him. I love the Creed movies. I like them all.
Yeah.
I love all the
yeah.
Creed movies.
I mean,
oh, yeah,
I
the
like Michael
Black
B. Jordan.
Panther
The way
movies.
he
Oh,
resurrected
yes.
that franchise was almost miraculous.
Oh, yeah.
And he got Stallone. Stallone an Oscar nomination
That's
late in
right.
his career.
yes,
there.
he did.
And and Black Panther.
Oh.
I think Black Panther is far and away the best
Marvel movie of
ever
the
made.
bunch.
Yeah.
I'd have
Without
to
a
agree.
doubt.
And
I'd have to agree.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen Fruitvale Station, watch it.
Oh,
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it'll rip your heart out. But
It
yeah.
will rip
It
your
will.
heart
And that's a
out.
young
That's
Michael B.
B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
talk about relationship
Yeah.
with an actor and director.
Yeah.
And that may be, who knows, we try to get inside the heads of these voters, but that may be part of it too. PTA is a little older. It's not like he's nearing the end of his career or anything.
No, but
but like
also-
you said, he
yeah.
hasn't gotten even nominated yet. Or, I mean,
No,
he hasn't won.
yet.
He hasn't won.
But that's insane. I mean,
It-
it's
it
just
really is.
insane that he
How long
hasn't
it took
out-
Scorsese to win an Oscar?
No kidding. No kidding.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it happens. It happens. Sometimes these brilliant men and women
Yeah.
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
unawarded. That doesn't sound right. But
Especially when usually about this time somebody publishes like an anonymous conversation with an Oscar voter,
and
and then
you
you,
just hate
you
him so
hear
much.
some of the rationale behind how they're voting, and I'm like, what is wrong with
That-
you?
yeah.
And then you figure out this is how why these people don't win.
Yeah.
Man.
But anyway, I think the PTA. is
okay.
gonna win, yeah.
And
me too.
before we get to this last category, I think I may have asked this a couple podcasts ago, but I'm gonna ask you again. Do we need 10 nominated movies, or can we go back to 5?
I like 10.
I don't mind 10.
I don't mind 10, but I think it should always be 10. Like, I think before they go, well, you have to get a certain amount.
There's a
It could be
threshold.
8. It
Yeah.
could be 7. No, let's go 10. Let's just go 10.
A film, there's a threshold a film has to meet to
Yeah.
get. Like, so if whatever, let's say it's 500 votes. If they only have 8 that get 500 or more votes, then they only have 8. You're like, if you only get 60 votes, they're not going to give you the 9 spot. But I feel
say
like
let's
if you're
have
going to
10.
do it, just
Yeah,
have
let's
10.
just have
Okay,
10.
but my argument is there's 5 movies here. There's 5 extra movies that don't have a chance or a prayer of winning the Oscar.
Yep.
So is it
I think it's for entertainment value.
if entertainment value? You think you think it's in the honor of the nomination?
Yeah.
Like
And then
I
you
think
could,
it does a lot of benefit because, for one thing, all of those movies get they're Oscar nominated for
Yep.
best film, and so that's going to drive more traffic. The more people are going to see it because they've been Oscar nominated. And then
And
when
you
you
get-
get a blockbuster in there,
like
more
an
people are going to
F1.
watch
Like
the
an
show.
F1, okay?
Right.
Does that deserve to be nominated?
No.
No. But it was a big old blockbuster.
Yeah.
I enjoyed F1.
I loved
Yeah.
it too.
but I don't think it's an Oscar movie. But I
Exactly.
enjoyed the hell out of it.
It's
I
certainly not
enjoyed-
No Other Choice, which got completely left behind.
Yes,
Exactly,
it did.
No, I
That's
thought
my-
F1
that's
was
that
great.
again. And so you look at the 10, and it almost becomes like football playoffs. How much bigger can they make it? Or
Right.
did they? Now that this team gets in, and there's always somebody bitching about a team
Who
that didn't
didn't-
get
who got
in,
left out.
or
Is it
about
a
a
money
movie
grab?
that should have been in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with
Yeah.
you.
No Other Choice didn't even get a Best International Film nomination. I'm just slain by it all.
That's got to
Um,
be politics. It's got to be
crazy.
Although
politics.
the international film category this year
Yeah,
is loaded.
it is.
I-
It is.
Is that where Secret Agent pops up and wins?
Mm-hmm.
They're all 5 are good.
But
The fact
the-
that
yeah.
No Other Choice and also the the one I just reviewed didn't get it. Oh, the President's Cake
Right.
didn't get it either.
No.
This is international.
The president's.
The
The
President's
President's
Cake.
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 Yeah, it's great.
Is an international.
That's nothing to do with Donald Trump because I know he loves to eat cake.
President's Hamburger. No, but that's a stacked category.
Yeah, it is.
As well. But yeah, I like 10, and I'm fine with. Even though I certainly wouldn't have nominated F1. I get it. It's a popularity. It was a huge
That's
hit.
the only movie my wife saw out of all of them.
It was a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
theater experience because
It was cool.
to see it on the big screen. And
I saw it on the big screen.
It was just like it was the same as Top Gun Maverick, except
Yeah.
it was a racing.
Right.
car.
Yeah, the race
that's-
car
I had it.
version.
I-
You can
I saw-
dismiss it
yeah.
like that if you want to, but I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they've
It's-
already greenlit a sequel. We're gonna get it again. It was thrilling.
It took forever to get that one out.
F1 too.
F1 too.
I mean, Brad Pitt was already the old guy in
Yeah.
the racing movie.
And
How
just
much-
like Maverick, some of that dialogue was just
Yeah.
eye-rollingly cheesy. But the performers are so good, they
at,
sold it.
at it, yeah.
I mean,
like that
I mean, that's
girl,
what
that
you,
woman.
we saw Brad Pitt, the movie star,
yeah.
in
Yeah,
F1.
definitely.
We saw
Definitely.
Brad Pitt, the movie star slash actor, in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He was great.
Yeah.
But
But
okay.
I mean, F1, some of that Javier Bardem's dialogue, he might as well have been winking at the camera.
right.
Like, we all know what's
But
going
he's
on here.
so
But he's so
great.
good
He-
that
you
you're like,
know-
all right,
Yeah,
fine,
okay. All right.
fine.
And the name is Carrie Condon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who you were just saying. You like Carrie Condon.
Yeah,
You just said,
yeah,
she's
I-
great in everything.
I
she's,
love her.
She's understated good.
She is.
I love her.
Yeah.
I have a crush on her.
I remember that actually from Banshees of Inisherin. I
Yeah.
think you said that then.
Yeah.
She's
I do.
great.
She's terrific.
And it was
That's a
great,
great
too,
movie.
spoiler, when they get together in F1, it's like an age-appropriate, relationship.
relationship.
Yeah, you
right?
think he's gonna
For
go with the
Brad
Pitt girl.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. All right, let's go down the list real quick here. The top 10 pictures nominated for Best Picture: Train Dreams. We talked about that earlier. Love it. Sinners, Sentimental Value, The Secret Agent. It always seems like one of the international movies sneaks into this top 10 category now.
Those are
Each
both,
and every
Sentimental
year.
Value and Secret
Yeah,
Agent.
yeah. Yes, thank you. One, even though Sentimental, I know that.
There's
Sentimental,
but it
Some of
does
it
have a
is-
lot of it in English.
yeah.
The Elle Fanning parts are.
One Battle After Another, Marty Supreme, Hamnet, Frankenstein, F1, and Begonia. Those are the top 10.
3 horror films.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
very
there you
exciting.
go.
What a year for horror.
I know. I
And
know.
and another horror film, The Ugly Stepsister, got a makeup nomination.
Yeah.
I
Yes, it did.
love that one.
I did too. It's so good.
I watched a couple of scenes with that with my kids because I was like, just how gory Cinderella can
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, so
it's
Yeah.
fun.
uncomfortable. But we just love the
It's
fact
good.
that horror is
Yeah.
getting
It's
such
like a,
a
gory,
great
gory
award season.
Cinderella,
Yeah.
where they actually
All right.
chop off her feet.
And this
yeah.
is why the side bet came into
Okay.
play.
Okay.
This is why the side bet came into play. With horror being so very well represented this year.
Yeah.
It's like, who do you think they're going to pick? They love horror. They love horror. And I said, okay, so who are you picking for Best Picture?
Well, and even if we were to not go with our hearts at all, right? It's such a toss-up because just again with the numbers, the Producers Guild, which they choose a Best Picture. That's what the Producers Guild chooses, and they chose One Battle After Another. Right, the Screen Actors Guild, again, a ton of overlap. They don't have a Best Film category,
They have
but
the
they have
ensemble.
a Best Ensemble
Ensemble.
category, and they picked Sinners.
Right.
which is a good ensemble.
It is.
That
Oh.
one actually fits the mold.
Yeah.
That's everybody.
And so again, like no matter where you look at it, it's just a razor thin difference between the two. And they were our 2 favorite films of this year.
Yes.
So neck and neck in really every way. I think Sinners is going to win.
I do too. I think that's why I think there's going to be a split. The PTA is going to win the director, and Sinners is going to win Best Picture. And I even more think that way because of the SAG
SAGs.
win the other night. Yeah.
Yeah.
The boys win. They
Yeah.
They said you picked Sinners. I said you picked from one battle to another.
It's so
good.
close.
It's yeah.
I'm telling you, it's so incredibly close.
In both of these, director and feature, we have gone back and forth. I
Yeah.
mean, every day. Like if you got us an hour from now, we might have said different things. But
And what did me in is I know, George, how much you love musicals.
Yes.
So I was like, you got a musical, you got a horror
sorry.
film,
Yeah.
let's
Check my
go.
Yeah.
camera.
Oh,
And
Go check it.
And the
Check
music,
it.
the music aspect in Sinners is just off the charts.
Yeah.
I mean, all the different
Yeah.
genres.
Yeah.
It's got an
The
Oh
music,
Brother
I
Where
love
Art
the
Thou
blues
kind
music,
of
but
thing going on.
I've made this joke, and you're not going to like it.
John.
You're not gonna like it.
Chip's talking to John on the
He's
phone.
talking to. I bumped the camera.
Hey, John.
I think as far as if I would have watched those two
We're
movies
recording a
back
podcast.
if I was watching those two movies back to back, I'd still pick one battle than another. I will say this about the Vampires and Sinners: the most talented, musically inclined vampires I've ever seen in a movie ever. But I don't know.
I love the
The
threshold.
river dancing vampires and whatnot.
Well, it's funny because it absolutely fit the character.
Yeah.
They did.
100% it fit the character. But here's my favorite thing about the river dancing. So we love that actor, and that was his idea. Not only was the dancing his idea, but the song, the Celtic song that they all sing, that was also his idea. He recommended those things.
Are any of the songs nominated?
The
from
one
that
with
film?
the big dance that he doesn't like.
The river
Yeah.
dance, the river dancing
dance
vampire
one.
song
Yeah,
is
yeah.
nominated.
No,
not that one.
No, the one in the room. In the
in the room.
Yeah,
The
Miles
scene that you
Caton
were talking
sings,
about?
the one
Yeah.
that Miles Caton sings.
Okay.
That's the one.
That-
because
oh.
that's the one original to the film.
Got it.
Everything that the vampires sang, those were all from
Traditional,
different areas.
whatever.
They were like folk songs, Irish
So
folk
that's
songs,
a song that's
Appalachian
nominated
folk
for
songs.
best
Song.
That should.
But I also think that Sinners is going to win Best Score.
Oh yes,
I think it's. Gonna
I
win
got no
Best
problem
Score.
with that.
Oh, yeah.
I love blues.
Yeah.
I love the blues, and I
Yeah.
love everything about the blues.
And you know
Let it
what?
guy.
While we're dishing out all the love for Sinners, let's not forget that it had some good sexy time in it. Too. I mean, it did. Let's be honest. It had some sexy
that
time.
sexy
Yeah.
dialogue was incredible.
some sexy
wow.
time.
yeah.
Some smoldering. You know.
Yeah,
I don't think
also-
a woman's ever talked to me like that ever in my
You know,
entire
I
life.
think it's funny too. The and I can't think of her name, but Perline, the woman who played Perline.
Oh, yeah, Perline.
I've seen her now at a couple of award shows, and I thought to myself, that's a gorgeous human being.
She
I
was
just am like,
in,
wow, she's gorgeous.
the HBO Lovecraft.
No.
Or am
Is
I
she?
thinking? Am I
No,
thinking
you're
of the
thinking
wrong
of
person?
Wound Me.
Masaka
You're
is
thinking of
in-
Wound Me.
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
she's
okay.
incredible in
Yeah.
that. She was so great in that.
I don't think.
and she's
Perline-
gorgeous as well.
She is.
But
Yeah.
Perline is the one who doesn't get enough attention in Love because she's
Well, she
not
got it in
nominated
that
for anything.
movie.
Oh, she did.
So
Thanks for the setup there, by the way.
I honestly think this year we went through the categories quicker than any other year before.
Wow.
That's because John Whitney's not here.
Yeah,
He's
Just
just,
slow it
he's just
down.
on the phone saying hi. He's not on the
No, normally John, and you wait in a little bit, Chip.
Yeah. To
you
get
know.
to your point, this is the argument you had with respects to we just had it.
Yeah.
George said it, director, but picture Sinners. So I that makes me crazy when
I know.
it happens.
I know.
How does and I've said this before on previous podcasts, I'll say it again. Just remember, how does the best, if you're
Yeah.
the best director, how is your film not the best picture?
Yeah, remember Ben Affleck years ago for
Argo?
Argo? Like I tweeted out a picture so great it directed itself.
Yeah.
You know, come on,
Yep.
give Ben Affleck some love.
Well, and then you even add more fuel to that by having 10 Best Picture nominees and only 5 directors, because then you have 5 directors who don't even get nominated, even though their picture was nominated for Best Picture.
Right.
So you
But
kind of
see-
fuel it even more that way.
But part of what it comes down to is the voting process, right?
Yeah.
So only directors vote on who becomes the directing nominees.
I get that.
right.
I get
And
that.
so if a director thinks this was the best director this year, and then when it's open for the final win, everybody votes.
votes.
And if the sound editor was like, "Guy was a hack," I much prefer F1 because it has great sound design. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So that has a lot to do with it.
So
is
that's
that-
where some of the weight goes.
yeah, it's the you
like-
would think that the nominees are chosen specifically by other people in that particular
In a
craft
category.
who would know,
And then everybody gets.
everybody votes
Right.
on the final, and
I think I knew that, and I think I purposely forget it so I can
Make the argument
so I
every
can
year.
Be mad about how does the best director not win the best picture? But you're right, absolutely
fair
100% correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if we stop daylight
right.
saving time, you're still gonna be mad about it.
Not if you stop it at the right time. Not if you don't spring ahead. If you just fall back and stay there, you'll never hear a word of complaint out of me.
I mean, a lot of times, there's a lot of years I'm probably with you. I think this year, if there's a split, it kind of feels right.
right, yeah,
Because these two are just they're just one. It depends what day you ask me.
Yeah.
I would say which one is better than the other. It's
Yeah.
it's so hard. It's
Yeah.
so hard. These two.
I mean,
are,
they're just both masterpieces
They're
of films.
so great.
And both of them, they're both going to be studied in schools,
Yeah.
like in film schools, as to the storytelling approach. Paul Thomas Anderson does is he swings from one genre to the next without ever like missing a beat, and and what Sinners does, and it's especially impressive for a vampire movie, for a horror movie.
I almost thought flip flop, not to cut you off, but because of the dance sequence and the like all just it was several movies kind of put together. Sinners was. I feel
Do you
like it was
consider
almost
Sinners to be an actual horror movie, though?
Oh yeah.
It's a vampire movie, and it's scary, and a lot of people die.
Yeah.
It's a bloody mess.
And then it's funny
sure.
is that one of the things I think is so impressive about that is I know so many people who would never see a horror movie. They hate horror movies. They don't really consider them, proper films at all. And most of them went to see this anyway because like the buzz was like, it's like the greatest movie of all time. And I know so many of them were like, yeah, that movie scared me to death, but it was great. I mean, and as huge horror fans, when a film can transcend the genre and make people rethink what they thought about the genre is really important. It's important for horror.
That threshold, I don't know, lore is super important, and I always believe in that too. You got to welcome them to come in and that kind of stuff.
That's a
So
great scene.
And I think
That's a great scene.
Let me in.
Yeah.
Wait
And
a
that-
minute. Why didn't you just come in?
Oh, it's such a great scene.
That is a
great scene. That is a great
such
scene.
scene.
Because almost everybody that loves those movies knows that you have to
You got to invite
gotta
the
invite
vampire
the
in.
vampire in.
Yeah.
So you're right. I'm
Yeah.
glad that they didn't forget about
Yeah.
That was awesome. I also thought it was a really clever trick too. There were so many people in that barn, whatever. What do you want to call it? Cafe or
Yeah.
barn?
Juke
or-
joint.
The juke joint.
Juke joint.
Yeah.
That when they all go home, they go out, they get slaughtered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all happens off camera.
Yeah.
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 It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's and yeah, and Jack O'Connell is
He's great.
And it's funny. The first thing we ever
He was
saw him
great.
in, it was called Eden Lake, and it's a great horror film. It is a punishing horror film. Like if you're not a full-fledged on-board horror fan, I don't recommend it. But if
Nope.
you are, watch it right now.
What's it called?
Eden Lake.
Michael
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender and Kelly
Riley.
from Yellowstone.
Yeah.
That
Eden
people
Lake,
know her from Yellowstone.
and he's probably like 15 or 16 in this movie, and he's the villain, and he is absolutely terrifying, and he's so good in this movie that we immediately became fans, and then of course not enough people saw Bone Temple, which is a great movie, and he's the villain in that, and he's terrifying.
I had to. I'm a big fan of
Ray
of,
Fiennes.
of the 28.
Yeah. It was so
28.
good.
Yeah.
Why didn't people go?
I don't know. And
Nobody
there's so
went
much
to Bone
Duran
Temple.
Duran in it.
Nobody
was
went
the,
to yeah. When I knew
Short
it
hair
was
or
about
blonde-haired
when
guy.
I knew it was about
That guy.
those guys.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the
They wore
first
wigs,
and
but yeah.
the last one.
Yeah, the Jimmies.
The Jimmies.
They were scary.
Yeah.
They were scary.
We loved it.
Oh yeah.
Proper horror film.
Proper horror film.
It was good, and there's another one still, right? At least
yeah,
one
Oh,
more.
yeah.
ideally, yeah.
Hopefully.
The Bone Temple did it underperformed, so I'm hoping that the third one comes out.
I
think
feel like
because
it
it
came
came
out
out
very
too soon?
quickly. Yeah, I
think
was going to
because
say
of the
very
last
soon.
one, horror fans, well, like you were
Yeah.
disappointed because the last one wasn't really a horror.
No, it was
film.
like a coming of age movie.
Yeah.
This
You
one
know?
is.
and it wasn't scary, and critics loved it, so people went to see it, and then they're like, what is this? What am I even watching?
What's
so
the name
then-
of that one?
That one is just 28 years later.
Oh,
And then this
I thought
one
you said
is-
Twilight.
And everyone
No.
was turned off about it being woke because they saved
Oh,
the life of a pregnant zombie.
Don't.
I'm not. Well,
I'm
is the
tired of
baby
all
a
that.
zombie?
That's a whole other.
Is the
rabbit
baby a
hole.
zombie?
I have to say this. I hate the zombie baby trope so much in any movie, and that they skirt it in that movie. But I hated that it was there. I just hated that it was there. But I did not love 28 Years Later. But I loved the Bone Temple.
Same.
Okay, good.
Combine them together.
Good to know. What order do you watch them in? If you were going for it.
Oh
in
yeah, I
order.
gotta do it. in
No, I
order.
don't
Yeah.
mean all the 28. I mean 28 days or Bone Temple. Does it come right after?
Yeah,
Right
28
after.
28
Bone
years?
Temple's right after 28 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it doesn't. It's not like its own prequel kind of thing.
No, it's
no.
like it's
Okay.
like
It's a
days
continuation.
later.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like days later.
Continuation.
Well, is it supposedly then the same movie, but they
Which
cut it
I
in
don't
half?
understand why Bone Temple did it because
could be.
that's when 28 years later got fun.
Right.
When the Jimmy showed up.
I think
Right.
so too. I remember, again, I did not love 28 Years Later. And then at the very end, when they showed all of them in their wigs and their leisure suits, I'm like, oh, it's like Clockwork Orange in the dystopian future. I want to see this movie.
Yeah.
Also, Nia DaCosta directed, and she's magnificent
Yep.
in all things. So I had really high expectations for it, which it met. Yeah,
Well,
I was
commercially.
It was gonna get lost like Walking Dead, where it's just like about a bunch of people in different compounds, But the second one, 28 Bone Temple,
yeah.
there was a lot of good zombie
Yeah.
violence
Oh.
and blood.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It was
And
good.
that- and that-
zombie wiener,
Yeah.
zombie
Oh.
dong,
Yeah.
a lot of zombie dong, a lot of
Yeah.
zombie dong.
And that Iron Maiden scene, come on.
Oh,
That
my
was so much fun.
All right, so here we sit.
So much fun.
A week or so. This will be out the Tuesday before the Oscars. Play on March 15th, right? On Sunday. Thrilled that Conan O'Brien's hosting again.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
I thought he
the
did a wonderful
best.
job last
Yeah.
year. We didn't get to talk about this. I thought he was a
Yeah, I
tremendous
thought he did fine.
host.
Yeah.
So I hope he can replicate what he did last year, which is tough to
It is.
Yeah.
do that 2 years in a row. Great movies tonight, great conversations tonight. Have you seen anything that already that you think is going to be in the Oscar conversation next year?
I think The Bride could be. I mean, I think Jesse Buckley could definitely be in the conversation, as well as Christian Bale
Yeah.
as Frankenstein's
He's
monster.
really always in the conversation.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
He's,
that's
he
true.
always is, but yeah,
That's true.
I do. I think so too.
Other than that, I
Yeah.
don't think so, because a couple of things that I've seen were technically last year. Like I just saw the President's Cake,
Yeah.
but that was from last year.
Right,
but it's
right.
just opening here
Right.
now.
Yeah.
So I don't think so
No.
yet.
We see Project Hail Mary next week, and that's got great buzz.
Yeah.
So
That's
that could,
Spielberg's.
no.
Ryan
Ryan
Yeah,
Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, yeah.
Spielberg's big UFO
Yeah.
movie is supposed
That's
to be big this
Declaration Day or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah, something like
Reclamation Day?
that.
Disclosure.
Decomposure Day.
Disclosure.
Oh,
There's a lot of buzz
Some
around.
kind of
What's-
day.
It's a
When is
day.
his last
The
movie?
simple fact that we're debating what the title is.
Yeah, it's
Westworld.
going to be
Well,
trouble.
it was-
Makes
Or,
that's not a great title for a
autobiography.
movie.
Not a good title.
Fablemans.
Fablemans.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking of West Side Story.
No, Hail Mary is a great book. I read the book.
Oh, you
I
did?
could not put it down.
Ah.
It's a page turner.
Well, the early word is
Yeah.
this is tremendous.
It
Kinda
was
like
amazing.
Martian-ish?
Just like Ready
Which one?
Player One. The same
Spielberg's or
Oh,
Gosling?
same guy that
it's
did
the
Ready.
same
Ryan
No,
Gosling.
I
writer?
think so.
Same
yeah.
book?
Yeah, same writer.
Okay. Well, that was Spielberg.
What did he,
From Columbus, or
What are
he
you- what
just
are we
the
talking
scene-
about?
set in
the
Columbus.
was set in
writer
Columbus.
of
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
Hail
Hail
Mary.
Mary is the same writer that also did another one, Artemis, the one about the living on the moon.
Was that like kind of anime
Martian?
weird?
The Martian. That's the
Oh,
one. Yeah,
yeah.
The Martian and
Okay.
also Artemis. He did Martian.
I
and
did not love
so
The Martian.
The
No.
Martian, the writer of the book of the Martian, the book of the
Poop
Martian is
potatoes?
really great
Right.
as well.
Okay.
So
what do
got
you have
some
against
good
poop
book
potatoes,
writers
George?
being transferred into fun
How much
sci-fi.
time do you have?
Dino? What do you think?
We took a turn.
Yeah,
Took a turn.
this might have to do some editing for this podcast.
Yes, finally, it's about time. God, you're gotten lazy. It's like
John
QFM
breaks his
96.
hip, but it all goes to hell.
Right.
I think he let AI edit one of these episodes one time.
He did, yeah.
I think when he was sick. When he
Yeah,
was sick.
John, yeah.
Oh, John. Okay.
John, not him.
No,
Oh,
no, yeah.
which one?
Uh,
The Christmas one?
I
one.
think so. Yeah.
yeah.
Could you tell immediately?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yep. Because I know Johnny's style.
Yeah.
I know how he
Blah,
cuts
blah,
back
blah,
and
blah,
forth
blah.
and gives equal time, and
Yeah.
AI would just
Stay on me or something, right? Remember?
it'd stay on you for a
Yeah,
long
it's
time.
still on me for too long. It's like, what? Not that interesting.
Cut.
John?
But yeah.
Two shot.
It's fun.
Well, this has been fun. I'm glad we're
Yes.
back.
Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
That's
We
right.
we
Thank
we
you.
worked hard to make sure we found a date. You guys got to see The Bride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yes.
tell me what the movie was either,
Yeah.
'cause- but I just knew that I know how much
It
you
had to
guys-
be a big one.
It had to be a big one. I
It
know
was
how
a
much
big
you
one.
guys love your sneaks.
That was the
and
only time we got to sit.
And I don't want to deprive the.
see it early.
I feel like that'd be selfish on my part because when you
No.
guys see a movie, you share it with everybody. And again, I've known you both too long to start blowing smoke up your ass now. You guys are good. You guys are really
Thank
good at what
you.
you do, and I
Thank
really
you.
I don't always agree, but I do. Put it this way: if you guys say something really good about a movie that I was just kind of on the fence about, it moves me to go see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
good enough.
Yeah.
That is
Thanks.
very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. So
Thank you.
There's that. That's good. And you guys are still doing your gig on Channel 6 or 28?
Yep.
Yeah, Fox 28 every Friday
Good Day
morning,
Columbus,
9:30.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good Day Columbus.
Anything
Yeah.
else you want to blatantly plug? Because this is the time to do it.
Well, we had one of our movies, short film Al Fresco, just debuted on the YouTube channel. It had been in film festival circuit. Now it's off. So we just put that one on the YouTube channel
Yeah,
at Maddwolf Columbus.
Nice.
So that was just
that
that
up.
was award winning.
Check
It
that
got the lead performance. Well, Hope wrote it, I directed it, and the lead performance, Jason Tosteven, won Best Actor at the
Austin Revolution.
Austin Revolution.
Last
Great
last
hair.
year.
That guy's got great hair.
He's
does,
got
he
great
does,
hair.
he does.
Yeah, he does. It was
now
a
I
tough
gotta
role.
see
It's essentially a 6-minute monologue. I mean, he's the only person who talks in the whole movie, so give him credit because that was a lot for him to do, and he was great. It was also the hottest day on earth.
Yeah, filmed it down at a park there in Grandview by our house, and so that was on. That's the newest short film
Yeah.
on the YouTube channel.
We also have podcasts.
Yep, podcast The Screening Room every Friday.
Of course you do. Yes, you do.
Podcast Fright Club.
That's right.
Usually,
Didn't you have somebody kind of, not that they're all not impressed, but you had somebody of note?
recently we've had a couple of really good filmmakers on.
Yeah.
We had Jeremiah Kipp,
Yeah.
who had just directed The Mortuary Assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a guest, and then a couple weeks before that, we had from the sequel
With the influencers.
Influencer, yeah, Curtis David Harder,
That's right.
who has directed the Influencer and then the sequel Influencers, both good,
Yep.
both worth catching. He was on the last couple. Then we had the author of the book Hannibal Lecter, A Life,
Life.
Brian Raftery.
Oh,
That was really
I
interesting.
am intrigued about that book.
She loved it.
I loved
I am
it.
so intrigued about that book. Is
Yeah.
it good?
Yes. I couldn't put it down. It was. It's so well written. And it's a nonfiction book, and it starts off a lot about Thomas
Harris.
Harris.
and then just sort of how Hannibal Lecter sort of came into, it talked about his earlier novel, and then Hannibal Lecter being a small character in Manhunter,
Red Dragon.
Red Dragon, thank you, and then making Manhunter, and then like all the different actors, and now he just became just a pop culture icon out of nowhere, and how weird that is, and then the TV show and everything, and it was just fascinating.
Yeah,
but
he
of
was
course, Silence of the Lambs is my favorite movie.
He
and
was a
so
really
I
good
was
guest
just-
too.
I'm the target audience for that book, but I loved it.
He was a good podcast guest. Lots of great stories.
That would be a great guest to get.
I didn't read the book, but she loved it.
I want to read the book.
Yeah, we have
want-
2 copies. I'll lend you one.
I want to read the book.
Yeah, one
because
of
I've
my
read
favorite-
I've read all the Hannibal Lecter
Oh
books.
yeah.
Thomas Harris, and it's interesting. That there was a few years back I picked up a Thomas Harris book. It was a new book. It wasn't about Hannibal. It's almost like wow, even authors can get when they try to step away
Yeah,
from something that the audience has connected them with.
yeah.
It doesn't work.
Oh, and
He was funny on the show though because he said one of his favorite things about doing the research is that every once in a while he'll stumble across somebody who saw it on opening weekend, and we were like, yeah, it was one of our early dates. It came out Valentine's Day weekend, and we
No
were there,
way.
Which is
and he
why-
was just slain by that.
Which is why I asked that question. Have you seen anything? Because Silence of the Lambs came out early.
Yeah.
Early in the
Yep,
year
that's right. One of the few.
that came out and hung in there
Yep.
all
Yeah.
the way
And
through
swept
and
the
swept.
Oscars.
Yep.
Yeah, but it
Swept.
came out early. You guys said you saw it on when?
We saw Valentine's Day weekend. when it opened,
Valentine's
Yeah.
Valentine's in
Yeah.
February.
Yeah.
It came out in February.
Right.
And it's a great movie. It's still a great movie.
Yeah, it is. a
Yeah,
great movie.
and he told some great stories about getting into some archives, like the things that Thomas Harris saved and just didn't really care about. You'd find it fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to read the book. I want to read the book, and we need to wrap it up because
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
did
Sorry.
so well, and then I ended up talking for another 20 minutes. I knew that would happen. Hope Madden, George Wolf. Plug the websites again, please, really quick.
Maddwolf.com is the website. Maddwolf Columbus on all the socials.
2 Ds.
2 Ds.
2 Ds. 2 Ds. It's great to see you guys.
Great
It's
to
been
see
too
you.
long.
3
It
of
has
ya.
been too long.
John
you're
Whitney,
here.
we miss you.
Me too.
Get better. John Whitney, get better.
Get better, John.
I'm telling you, all these guys, stay healthy. Jesus. Next year you might see me with 3 new guys.
Yeah.
Fingers
He's over here,
crossed.
Fingers
Asbury.
crossed.
Yeah.
I hope not. All right. So thank you to Indian Creek for the Staley Rye whiskey. We'll be talking to you soon from bottle to bar. But this is Whiskey Business, and I'm Dino Tripodis. And until the next bottle, see ya.